I guess first things first, I would like to welcome back I'm not sure if it's a face you guys have seen before. Welcoming back to the show, to the studio, to the program, Paul Young, or as we like to say on the show, Paul Wall, baby, is back. Welcome back, buddy. How we doing?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing good. I think it's the
Doing
first time all
solid.
three of us are in the stew at the same time.
Yeah. Well,
It
technically
has
on the
been.
same screen, I guess.
On the same screen. We'll be in the studio here. We'll be in the studio.
So just let me know, man. My girl lives up your way, so
Yes, sir. We'll make it a fun one for sure. I guess we'll check in. How's everyone doing on this fine Sunday?
ready to get the short work week over with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, ready to start up another week. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's just get after this. You guys ready to shoot the shit talk from sports for a little bit? Speaking of, Cavs play tonight, so let's open up with some Cavs. I guess we'll get this going with a question and a little debate here. What do you guys think about the Cavs right now? Do you think they're gonna stay the 3 seed, get this 2 seed back, or are we going to lose the 3 seed? I mean, from my point of view right now, I think the Cavs are in a good spot. Um, I mean, we have showed that we can play without Mitchell previously. Um, and I mean, we played the schedule game last week, so I mean, the schedule isn't incredibly hard. I know there are teams on there that we can beat um, without Mitchell. And unfortunately, I never thought I would have to say it, but we need more big George Niang games because it seems that when he goes off, those are the games that we win, and it's always against those good teams that we talked about last week. We can't beat good teams. We can only beat no, we can't beat bad teams. We can only beat the good teams. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think we are going to lose the 3 seed?
Right now, I think we're softer than Charmin toilet paper. Like this team is always hurt. They're saying Garland might miss the game tonight. Now they're saying possibly no Struess, no Mobley, no Mitchell, no Garland, and maybe no Dean Wade. I'm like, dude, like, what are we doing in the training room where these dudes are always hurt? It's just to me, it's like a joke. It's like, and Evan Mobley, I hate to say it, but I think he's soft as a baby's bottom. Like that dude has no muscle on him at all. He's been in the league for 3 years now.
Yeah.
At this point in Giannis' career, when he's 3 years in, Giannis' arms got bigger. I feel like Evan Mobley's shrinking. But that's just me. I just don't think he's the unicorn everyone thinks he is. I think he's good, but I don't think he's that generational talent that everyone thought he was going to be when he came out.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point in Evan Mobley's career where we all expected him to kind of look like Giannis. I mean, obviously coming into the league, he was already small. Well, not small, he's 7 feet tall, but he's incredibly lean. And every offseason so far, everyone says, "Oh, he's put on 20 pounds, he's bulked up." Where is that going? Because he hasn't looked different. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I think 3 seed wise, I think we could probably stay 3. There's no way we're getting back to 2. We had every opportunity to get the 2 back last week when the Bucks lost to the Celtics. We had the opportunity to get it back because we played the next night. Was it? Yeah, we played the next night and we lost against who'd we lose to? It wasn't the Pacers game. It was the game after the Pacers game, but we lost. So we had the opportunity to.
Was it the Wolves?
Was it the Wolves?
Well, actually, no. We just lost to the Wolves last night. I feel like
That was 2 nights ago. We lost to the Wolves.
Okay.
That was Friday. But nonetheless, you're losing games that you probably shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we probably stay 3 seed. I can't imagine us slipping. I mean, that much. We don't have that many games left. You'll get Dean Wade back at some point, I think. I mean, maybe get my boy Max Strus back in here. Get some of that Strus in rotation. And I think if we're being completely honest with ourselves, let's just put a hold on Mitchell. We don't need him right now. Get him healthy. I almost thought we rushed him back the first time, but it just so happens that the injury that he's dealing with isn't his knee. It is his nose that was absolutely obliterated by Tristan Thompson.
First game back.
God.
Yeah, what a
Game
welcome back present. What the fuck? Let me break your nose.
What do you think about the Morris signing?
Let's Jake, what do you think about the Morris signing? Because I have I mean I like it, but I don't even know what you think about it.
I mean, he's bounced around different teams, but like he's a good talent to have, especially with we have guys out, like certain key guys. But I mean, shoot, the first night when we signed him, I mean, he had I don't remember his exact stat line, but I mean, he had like decent amount of points. Like I mean, he did what he needed to do. But I mean, like I said, he's been in different teams. He knows different systems. So
Yeah, for sure. I like it. I like it a lot. I think I mean, obviously his debut was crazy, but like even after that, like his presence being on the floor, I feel like is good. You need that big body out there to just bully and abuse and actually take shots. That's like if that what we have now with Morris is what like we were hoping that we would get with Tristan. We get Tristan's boards and we get Tristan's aggressiveness. Obviously, I mean, averaging what was it, 4 points off PEDs isn't probably what we want from Tristan Thompson. But what Morris went 4 or 5 from the three on his opening night, had a couple rebounds, couple assists. I mean, that's why we signed him, was to be a rebound machine. And it is turning out that that's kind of how it's working. So I'm hoping that it stays like that. I mean, it can only go. I mean, I guess it could go down from here, but I'm assuming that it can only go up from here with him on the team, because, as you said, we are softer than Sharman, and having guys that are not so soft on the team can really, I mean, change that whole attitude. I mean, that night that we, what game was that? Who do we play his debut night? We end up winning that game. It was against, it was a close game too. What was that game?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
was it the Pacers?
Yes, it was the Pacers game, because his debut night was against the Pacers, and I feel like just having him on the floor really changed that game, because we were playing like shit. He came on the floor, hit 2 shots, and then that dial just got turned up a notch, and it was really, honestly, it was really something fun to see. So I'm thinking, I mean, with the pieces that we added, I think we'll be good to go. I think we'll probably be 3 seed in the playoffs. But I mean, with Mitchell, Strus, and Wade being out, I mean, we don't know how. I mean, I haven't heard anything. I don't know if you guys have heard anything. I mean, I know Jake, being the social media guy for the page, is grinding on there. Have you seen anything about any sort of status on those 3 guys?
I mean, I haven't looked today, but I mean, it's kind of seems it's been the same the past few days, just kind of day by day. I don't know.
No, I get that. Hell, yeah, I mean,
I did hear on the radio they're saying Mobley's questionable for tonight. He's gonna be a game time decision. So, I mean, I'm with you, Kevin. If he's I'm literally just looking to see if there's anything on here on my phone. But I said, if he's not ready to go, I'm with you. Don't put him back out there unless they're 100%. There's no point to put him back out there for a game.
No.
Have him get hurt again, and they miss another 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the month where you want to try to rush shit.
So I also have an opinion about the whole Morris thing. I think it's great, and I think one of the main reasons we signed him is so whenever we inevitably run into the Knicks, we don't get bully balled again in our own house. Because he's the kind of guy that you want in a back alley brawl. He probably doesn't like most of his teammates, and the players he's playing against aren't going to like him either. But that's the kind of guy I want. I want a guy who's going to be physical, throw Julius Randle to the floor. And like you need somebody to throw some people around, because the Knicks, as we saw last year, did whatever the hell they want. They were laughing at us, and they were just bully balling us all 5 games in the gentleman's sweep, as they call it. You need a tough-nosed guy who's not going to take crap. He's like, whatever, if I get suspended, whatever, I'll go find another team next year and play 15 games at the end of the year. Like, you need a tough guy in the middle that's going to slam people to the floor. I mean, that's what it's going to take to have people not thinking they can just come in and roll over you like they did last year.
Absolutely. No, great point, because you'll inevitably run into some of those teams that know they can bully you.
The Knicks, those are 2 tough teams, and you can't be afraid. You can't get bullied around, because if you do, they're going to walk all over you, and it's going to be a quick postseason exit again. The whole Mitchell thing's like he's leaving. All that crap's going to come full circle instantly on the radio and the media and all that crap that comes with it. Because we're Cleveland, so of course we can't have any superstars on any sports team.
No, that's true.
God
shit
forbid
right there.
that we don't all go to LA and New York. God forbid.
No, that's true shit. Yeah, I mean, you having that guy out there, that they just even having 2 guys out there, having Tristan Thompson and Morris out there. I would, if we're going to, last couple minutes in the fourth quarter, I would rather have Morris on the floor. But I mean, just having 2 guys out there that don't care about, drawing fouls or, blowing someone up, just having that
guy that's going to drop the hammer on someone.
What was it? 2015? What was Kendrick Perkins? I mean, beating the shit out of Crowler. So, I mean, and that changed the series. Obviously, having LeBron was the main reason we won that series and won that game. But that was like, all right, you're gonna rip someone's arm out of our socket. Well, we're gonna push your guy to the ground and make him realize that we're here to play. And then obviously you go to the finals that year, and without Kevin Love and Kyrie. Got him the next year though, but you need that bully on the ball, and I'm happy we got it, because he seems like he can shoot, and he doesn't shy away from shooting either. And that's another thing too. Why is everyone on our team scared to fucking shoot the ball? Like, there's so much hesitation, Garland hesitates. I mean, someone who doesn't hesitate, which I do like, is Sam Merrill. Just chucks shit up. Even when he's not having a good night, he just shoots. But like Garland, scared to shoot. It's like there were so many opportunities, like when we played the T-Wolves 2 nights ago. There were so many opportunities to beat them. And you beat them if you play any sort of defense. But if you are playing defense and you're actually shooting the ball, I think you have a good opportunity to beat a team like that. We did. So it's like, you can't be hesitant. Let's see, playoffs start in April. So April's in 2 weeks, guys. So let's ramp it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And take your fucking shots and play some goddamn defense, because you can't win a series if you don't play defense. And God forbid Mitchell's out. If Mitchell's out for a series, pack your bags, get out.
We're
because
done.
you are not winning a series.
And you might as well say bye-bye to JB, because if they don't make it out of the first round, JB is toast.
If you
I don't
make
care
it
about his contract, he's toast.
I think you have to make it to, I don't want to say you have to come out of the East, because that's a hard thing to do. But I want to say you have to get close.
I would say you got at least got to make a run at the Eastern Conference Finals to get to like, you got to get deep into the second series, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, 100%.
You have all this talent. You're like, oh, this is our year. This year, every year, it's all we all know. It's what the Cleveland sports do. This is our year. We have this team. The Browns do it, the Indians do it, the Cavs do it, and all of a sudden it's like, like the bottom falls out, because we're like so afraid of the big lights. Like,
Jared Allen did say it last year. The lights were too bright. Hey, I can't believe he said that shit.
He's had an incredible season.
Yeah. Jared Allen has had.
He's been a monster this year.
Last year he was all-star caliber, but this year I would say like this is a different Jared Allen than we got last year.
I think he kind of ramped it up a notch. I think he's kind of like, all right, people are laughing at me. I got something for you. Honestly, he's been way more impactful to me in the games I have been able to watch, because I don't have time to watch every single game, but the games I have watched, he's been more impactful than Mobley. One, he's available. Two, he's way more aggressive, it seems like.
Yeah.
Like Evan Mobley shooting threes, I don't know what that is. How about you worry about shooting a free throw first before you start shooting threes? Like, it's just, they're the most irritating team to watch because we're like one night we will absolutely just blitzkrieg the freaking Celtics, the best team in the league. And the next night we'll be like, oh, we're gonna beat the Pistons by 2. Like, what are we talking about? The Pistons won like 17 games this year. Like, what are we doing? Like, how does that happen? They can't say they're tired. Okay, you have the best trainers, the best food, the best transportation, the best of everything traveling professional sports. Oh, we're tired on back to back. I used to go to rec games when I was in college and play basketball.
Oh
5,
shit!
6
Step
hours
back.
a night. Go home and sleep in a crappy apartment and eat ramen noodles and go back and do it the next day after going to work and school. And they're doing Lear jets and complaining about being tired. Get out of here! I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Doesn't want to hear it.
You're making tens of millions of dollars. I don't want to hear it.
Doesn't want to hear it.
Thank you. Thank you for attending my TED talk.
I guess a little round the horn question here. Start with Jake. Well, I just want to see what everyone's opinions on with this topic. Who would you rather build your core around? Because I feel we're at that point where it's either going to be Donovan or it's either going to be Garland. So who would you rather? Because I at this point I don't think any team is going to absolutely like implode on themselves to get Mitchell. So that means you're probably going to trade Garland, I think, at some point. If we don't get anywhere in the playoffs, I think you're looking to trade someone to see if you can get something. As much as I like Darius because he was here first. But if I'm putting that bias aside and I'm putting solely I want points and I want to win, I'm probably going with Garland. Or not Garland. I'm probably going with Mitchell. I'd rather build around Mitchell at this point. I just want to see where you guys are at with that. So, yeah, go ahead and take it and see where we end with this one. I'm interested in what you guys are thinking.
Man, I agree. I think you build around Mitchell, but it stinks because like Garland, he's good when he wants to be, basically. Um, and it sucks because it's not consistent. And like you said, he was here first, but we all know Mitchell's the better guy to build around. I think you kind of just build around him and Jared Allen, and you go from there and see what happens.
So so you're saying build around him and Jared Allen. So are you saying you want to move Mobley too?
No, not necessarily. I think Mobley's gonna be around. I guess he'll still be here. I think you mainly build around Jared Allen and Mitchell, and then you add those other key pieces, and Mobley's just one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess where are you sitting with this, Paul?
I agree. I think it's Mitchell. Mitchell's a top 20 player in the league. You can't. But my thing is all this, we can do nothing until we know we have pen to paper on a signed contract with Mitchell. You can't make any moves until we know he's going or staying. And that's kind of like the weird spot because he's still under contract for what I think next year. I think we still have under contract for one more year.
Yeah. So
if you're in an extension done, it has to be the summer. If you wait to the offseason, we've seen how many times we've had guys walk. Like, oh, yeah, we'll top out in the offseason. And then all of a sudden, 5's in the free agency, that dude leaves and goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
A la Jim Tomey. But, it's a different story for a different day. Carlos Boozer. You guys are probably too young to remember that one.
Yeah, that's a name I've never heard. That's crazy.
So Carlos Boozer was a guy we got when LeBron first got here. Like, again, you guys were probably babies when he was first playing. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I'm staying in Cleveland. And of course he went to Duke, so I hate Duke. And he said, yeah, I'm staying here. And then like a week later, he reneged on the contract and signed with, I forget who he signed. He signed with someone else. I think he went to the Jazz.
That's
like
crazy.
Just like basically was like, sorry, the Jazz gave me like an extra $1 million or whatever it was. And he like said he was told us he was going to sign. We never actually had physically signed the paper. And then he just like went to Utah like a week or two later, whatever. And we're just like, crazy. Oh, all right. F us, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So my thing is you have to get pen to paper because these contracts are not a handshake agreement means nothing, as we all know in professional sports. Pen to paper or nothing else matters, in my opinion. Because then with pen to paper, you have the control as the team owners and the managers and stuff. If you don't, then the players have all the power until you are physically signed a piece of paper.
For sure.
But yeah, in a roundabout way of saying, Mitchell to me, he's got to improve the defense. His defense is still lacking when he's actually out there. Because, he's missed how many games this year now from being injured.
I mean, for being real, I don't think anyone on this team plays any sort of defense.
Yeah. But like I said, I do like Garland. I'm glad he got his money, but I feel like ever since he got his money, it's been kind of like.
Yeah, that's unreal that he got a fucking max contract. What
biggest contract in Cavs history. More than LeBron ever got.
No,
that's wild to me. He got more money than LeBron ever got in a contract.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah,
got that ring on
LeBron's
the cheap,
arguably the greatest player of all time in NBA history, and we gave Darius Garland more money. Like, what do we do?
No, that's crazy.
But we did give LeBron everything he possibly wanted and needed for those 2 runs that he gave us. So it's like, whatever, It's water under the bridge at this point. He can just stay in LA and rot. He ain't winning nothing out there.
No, not shit. Not shit.
You can go have his son. You can go have his son who's averaging 2 points a game at USC. Yeah, he's real good too.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I say that the next year he starts averaging like 27 points a game. I look like an idiot.
Hey, I mean,
it can happen. I mean,
it could happen. In
his defense, he did have like a stroke in the offseason during like training. You know about that? He had like heart surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had basically had a heart attack. Yeah.
Which is wild. He's 18, 19 years old having a heart attack. That's insane.
It happens.
Oh, it happens. So when
what do you mean it happens?
That's in that great a shape. Because LeBron spends $1 million on his body. He spent at least $500,000.
Oh yeah.
He's king of the campus, man. He's LeBron James' kid. He's probably walking around USC like 2 points a game, baby. 2 points a game.
No, that's so. Oh my God. No, because whoever drafts him, LeBron's going there. So
yeah. And the thing is, if you're a crappy team, even if he sucks, you just draft him to get LeBron for 1 or 2 years and just make a buttload of money.
1 or 2 years. Jesus Christ, how much longer do you think LeBron's going to play?
Well, they're saying Bronny might come out this year. I guess Maverick Carter's his agent already, technically. And I guess he's putting out feelers in the NBA who would want him. Like a team, for example, your team like Charlotte, for example. Charlotte has been floundering for years. They get a couple of decent players, they never do anything. If you get someone like LeBron's kid, and then LeBron comes there, you're going to sell at that arena every night, damn near every night. Especially because you have great weather down there almost year-round. And you're going to have LeBron and LeBron's kid. You're going to have ESPN there multiple times a year, which means people are going to go because they want to be on ESPN TV, even when no one ever sees you when you say you're on TV. There's too many people there.
Did you see me? I was right in this
back
corner behind this guy with the sign.
I was next to the guy with the beer in his hand. It's like, no, dude, no one saw you. I mean, that's an example. A team like what's that?
I said that'd be crazy with LaMelo Ball there too.
Yeah. Watch, he'll go there and he'll absolutely ball out, and they'll be like, see you later, LeBron.
Yeah.
Can you imagine LeBron in like a Hornets jersey? How weird that would be.
No, that'd be like Shaq at the end of his career.
Oh, when he played for 9 different teams in 2 years.
Yeah. Hey, at least he made it stop at Cleveland.
Looked like Shaq in a Cavs jersey.
Yeah, Shaq in a Celtics jersey.
I can't believe I bought Shaq Cavs jerseys. I was like, that was the dumbest investment. And no offense to anyone who bought like a Flacco jersey, but come on, dude. That was a little silly.
Hey, I think it would be a cool novelty if you got that
7-week run, but
that's a good piece of Browns history now. That's a solidified piece in Browns history.
It is, but I don't know. It was an awesome run for him being as old as he was coming off the couch. Like, it was an insane run.
Yeah, hey, Panthers boy, not everyone gets to go to a Super Bowl, okay?
Too.
We have to take the things that we can get.
Hey,
cherish those moments.
Kevin, you won more games last year than my team has in the past like 3 seasons. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah, because it is.
And we don't have a first round draft pick either this year. We won 2 games.
And you draft Bryce Young.
Yeah. I got the jersey, so I mean, my last name is Young, so I can always wear that jersey if he's bad or good.
No, that is true. It's not even a custom jersey.
No, that's the beauty of it.
I guess. Okay, so to finish off the basketball segment
yes,
here.
Back to basketball.
Back to basketball. Finish this one off. do you think, because he's never had the opportunity to, do you think Donovan Mitchell tries to test free agency when he gets the opportunity?
I think it'd be silly for him not to. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
I think
going
I
to see an
think
absolute monster contract, and he's what, 26, 27? I'm not sure how old he is, but
I think he should at least. Unfortunately, unbiased, I think he should at least try to test free agency,
yeah.
see what's out there for him. But at the same time, it's like, like I don't want him to go. I don't want him to test the waters of free agency because then we're back to fucking square one with Garland, no Colin Sexton or Larry Markkinen. Now we're really fucked.
And beers will still be $12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This maybe $12 beers to watch them win 20 games a year. It'd be like we'll become Pistons fans instantly.
That's
Except we don't talk about getting murdered as much.
No, I will not. No, I will not. I will be a Cavs fan to the
No,
day.
I'm saying we'll be like Pistons fans.
I
Like,
think you said we will be Pistons fans.
no,
I'm like, I'm
well,
not.
we basically will be because
No,
they're
that's
terrible,
facts.
and we still charge an arm and a leg for alcohol and food at the game.
No, that's crazy. But yeah, I think he should at least try. I think he has the talent to go land himself a big contract with a team that is in dire need, but at the same time, I feel like Donovan Mitchell fits in very specific systems. I think that he can play anywhere. I just think I don't know if he would fit in everywhere because it's not like he's like one of those all-stars you could throw on a team. Like, obviously, a huge example, LeBron. You throw LeBron on any team, you instantly get a chance to go win a championship. You throw Donovan Mitchell on a team, you're not really sure what's going to happen when he gets there. So I feel like he has to have good key pieces around him. Like, he has good pieces here. But if you gave him some really good key pieces, I think there might be an opportunity there. I'm not really sure what player to compare him to in this league. I think Donovan Mitchell is kind of on his own, in his own, like, not necessarily he's like on his own level because he's not that good. He's good, but he's not like on his own level. But like at the same time, he kind of is on like an interesting spectrum. I feel like he honestly, I think he's probably like on a level of like a Devin Booker type deal. I think him and Booker both have, good pieces around him, but they are the main piece type deal. Um, Donovan Mitchell is the main piece on our team. He has good pieces around him. So I don't know what team would need that. But yeah, I don't want him to test free agency, but I think he can. But what do you give me that face for?
Because your like audio just went really slow. You were like,
Wait, really? No,
and
that's
your words
crazy.
aren't matching up with your mouth at all. I was like, whoa. I was like, he was Terminator on that one.
That's
I think Jacob saw it too, because I looked at me, he was like,
No, you both of you gave me a look, and I was like, "What did I didn't say
yeah,
anything
you
I
were
haven't said before."
whoa. I was like,
No, that's crazy. I hope it's on the YouTube. I really hope it's on the YouTube.
yeah, because I feel like we both looked at each other like, what is happening?
Yeah.
No, because that's the thing with doing this shit on StreamYard. No, like smoke to StreamYard. And I don't want beef with StreamYard, but I can't wait to do this shit in person, boys. I can't wait to do this shit in person. But yeah, I mean, Jake, what do you think? Do you think he tries to test free agency?
Yeah,
Do you think he should test free agency? I guess I should say.
I mean, it'd be silly if he didn't. You got to go see what your options are and basically where teams are. I mean, he wants that contract. So basically where teams are going to, offer you, and then kind of got to work your way around it. And hopefully the Cavs hype him up a bit and give him some money, but we'll see what the hell happens with that.
Our
I
host.
forgot that I was on camera. I forgot that we do this YouTube shit for like a quick second. I had the receipt that was in my pocket that was making a lot of noise. I tried to put my phone in there and it just kept crunching down on it. But yeah, so hopefully we'll see. Hopefully the Cavs get a W tonight. They play. Who do they play tonight? They play. I think it's
Miami
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Miami.
And no Struce.
Yeah,
This
that's
freaking
not
team,
going to sit.
man.
I mean,
Kevin's
Miami's
guy's
on
not
a.
here.
No, I know. That's so unfortunate. I mean, currently, right now, injury wise, it says Donovan Mitchell out, Evan Mobley game time decision. Doesn't even say Struce or Wade on there.
That's good. Yeah, because on the radio it said they were both like very questionable to be there tonight. So if
I
we
think
can
you
have
gotta
them, that'd
you
be a
gotta put
huge
Struce
help.
in there. I think if you put Struce and Dean Wade in there if they can go. Don't put Mitchell and Mobley in there if they can go. I feel like you want to try to protect some players, but you can't protect everyone. And I understand those. I mean, not to like give them too much credit, but they are on our starting lineup. They are key pieces in our starting lineup. Granted, there are nights where both of them go 0 for 6 from 3. So, I mean, let's not try to give them like too much credit. They're not world enders when they're on the floor, but Max Strus is kind of aggressive on defense, and our defense has been hurting with him out. So, well, if you can play him, maybe put him on some like a minutes restriction. But that's enough of that. Jerry Jeudy was extended. I know how I feel about the extension. Jake knows how I feel about the extension. I know how he feels about it. I don't know how you feel about it, Paul, an outsider.
It's a weird situation, okay? Because I feel like he has the talent. But I think to give him an extension without seeing what he does in Cleveland, it's kind of like I don't know the Browns cap situation.
Thank you.
So I said I don't know their cap situation whatsoever. I won't even lie. I have no idea what their cap situation looks like. I just don't like paying a guy for you see what he does. Now, but you get someone, okay, this is totally off topic. If you get someone like Lionel Messi to come over to America to play soccer, yeah, you give him whatever he wants. You know what he can do. But Judy's been very consistent, but he's had absolutely god-awful quarterback play in Denver for the past like 3 seasons or whatever he's been there with. Like, Denver's been going through quarterbacks like the Browns used to. No offense, but let's call it what it is. Denver's been going through a lot of quarterbacks the last few years.
Yeah.
And I don't know who their quarterback's even going to be this year. Like, I think they're going to have to draft one, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're going to
have to
draft someone.
one.
Like, and now Pittsburgh has Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, whatever. They don't matter. But still, like, I don't know. I think extending a guy for you see what he does is kind of silly. But you know what? Maybe it works out if Watson actually stays on the field for an entire season for the first time in 3 years. The Browns can maybe go out and get a guy in the second or third round that they can turn into a possible second or third option with Cooper and Judy and is Goodwin still on the team? Godwin, whatever his name is.
We'll see.
And also, why'd they bring Cade York back? Is Dustin Hopkins gone?
No. Okay. So
No.
I think
I
I
saw
mean, it's totally off topic, but I just saw that like on Twitter like on an hour. I'm like, why? He was terrible.
no. Okay. So you bring Cade York back because of the situations last year. So Dustin Hopkins gets hurt and you don't go for a fucking extra point.
Okay.
You need a backup
That makes
kicker.
sense.
So I think they're gonna throw him on the practice squad probably.
But yeah, but back to the Judy thing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's one of those things. Like it's like if you're the Browns front office, you can't be like, this was a good idea. This is gonna work out. You have no idea what this guy's gonna do. He could go out.
True shit.
He could go out and ball out and get 1,100 yards and nine tutties for you, or he could get you like 600 yards and like 1 touchdown and like 8 drops. It could be either or. But he has the talent. We saw it at Bama. He was a stud in college. So something just hasn't transitioned to the NFL yet. I think maybe it was bad quarterback play in Denver. That could also be a factor. But he does have the drops too, sometimes from in the past. So I think it's a wait and see situation with him. But you definitely got to have Watson healthy before you can evaluate anything.
I'm on the exact same page as you, dude. I think you should not have given him that. I think you should have made Elijah Moore and Jerry Jeudy play for that extension, because then I think you would have gotten more out of both of them. Get it? But when you look at things, historically, Elijah Moore has been the lesser of the two on this team and on the Jets versus even with the bad quarterback play he was in Denver, he was still producing in Denver. Wish he would have waited, but this is, I mean, the number looks high, but this is the market. So if you wanted to keep him, you're probably going to have to give him something like that anyways. And if he produced really well, we might be saying, thank God we paid him now, because if he has a good season, then you're saying, okay, we got lucky. So I guess we'll see what happens. I know how Jake feels about it.
I mean, it was bound to happen. That's my thinking around it. I think as soon as we signed him, we were planning on extending him right away. I mean, they've wanted him for what, 2-3 years prior before that. So it's like I think they wanted him for the long haul. And he's even said like he wants to stay in a team. He doesn't want to just keep bouncing around. I mean, that's not a factor within the front office's decision, but like they've wanted him for a good while now. And I mean, I like it. I mean, he's a talented player. And like you said, Paul, it all starts with Watson, honestly. So
I'm the only one wearing my hat backwards.
I personally think, I said, if they can get Judy to be solid this year, like the Browns have an incredible dynamic offense once they get Chubb. If Chubb can be back, I think he will, because I think he's an absolute athletic freak. You have Chubb, Judy, Cooper, Njoku. You picked up Deontay Foreman, which I was telling Kevin the other day. He's an absolute sledgehammer. He played in Carolina for 1 year. He's a guy that he's going to be your Marshawn Lynch on the goal line. He's just going to pound it up the middle and he's going to play bully ball up the middle. So you have two power running backs. Well, Chubb's a freak, so he's basically a speed and power guy.
Yeah.
Only problem is I don't think the Browns really have like that guy that can get out of the backfield and catch a pass necessarily. I mean, Chubb can, but I think he's kind of struggled with it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's not the best receiving back in the world.
But I mean, you have the weapons, and Njoku had an incredible season with 5 different quarterbacks last year. Like, can you imagine what Njoku can do with a full season of Watson? Like, that guy's an athletic freak. And we've been in the Browns fans, I feel like he's been waiting. He's been in the league for what? Is his 5th year coming up, or 5th or 6th year, something like that?
I think he's on. See, that was also the Myles Garrett draft. Let me see here.
I think he's still in his like mid 20s, I believe, or late 26, 27, something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's too old yet.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he was drafted in 2017. So.
Yeah, so I said I think the Browns. Browns fans, I feel like I've been waiting for him because he was such an athletic freak in college, and we saw what we did last year. Like the last 4 or 5 games of the season, he just went nuclear. Especially in was it against the Jets when they clinched?
Yep.
Like that game he had, I'm still mad about it. I was 1 touchdown away from winning $700 on a $5 bet. I hit 4 or 5 legs. I hit 4 or 5 legs in the first quarter with Njoku.
I was going to say the first quarter is where he went off.
And then I waited the rest of the game, and then all of a sudden the Browns didn't throw him the ball until 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I hit 4 or 5 legs in the first quarter. I was like, oh, this is easy money. No way he doesn't get in the end zone. Then they're like, nah, we're up 28 points. We're just going to run. And I was like, I was so angry. I was so pissed off. I was happy the Browns got to the playoffs, but I was like, $700 would have been really nice in the bank account on a $5 bet.
For sure.
Yeah, I made 400 that game from. I called a nice little Elijah Moore revenge game. The touchdown is what I needed, and then he got hurt, but I had everything I needed before he got hurt. I made $400, so that's all that mattered.
Yeah, I was one.
Yeah, that's all that matters. She doesn't care that he got hurt.
I had Njoku touchdown away, and I think it was sometime in the first quarter when they had that deep pass to Njoku. I think it was a 40 or 50 yard or whatever it was. I was like, oh my God, he's running. I'm like, this is it. And then the freaking free safety comes over and shoelace tackles him on the 8. I was like, son of a bitch. Because I was like, because it was going to give me all my yards with that catch. And because I got all the yards, I had all the catches, receptions. All I needed was that touchdown. I was so pissed. I was like,
That's why you don't bet on
I'm
the
really
Browns.
happy for the Browns, but I really wanted that $700 because I can buy a lot of beer with that $700.
No, that's true. Since you were talking about our running back situation, I mean, I guess this is more so of like me asking Jake this because this isn't your running back room. You've got a little more to worry about than a running back room over there.
Oh, you think 250?
I think I'm obviously with Chubb coming back. We don't know when he's going to come back. We know he is coming back. We don't know when. I'm not really
They said
sure.
not week 1 he won't be there.
What's that?
They said week 1 he won't be there.
No, I know. I'm sure honestly, probably week 3, week 4, maybe. That's my guess.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't rush him back. Let him be
No.
170,000% ready to go. Because if he goes
Yeah.
down again, you're in trouble.
If he goes down again, then you're stuck with whoever is
Deontay
going to
Foreman.
be starting off the season. We have Naheem Hines, Foreman,
I
Chubb.
forgot they got him. Yeah, he'll be a
or
pass
not
catcher.
Chubb. I mean Chubb, but obviously he's our starter. And then you're gonna have Ford that's back there. I don't know if they bring back who was it? I loved him. I
Kareem?
loved him during the season. No, not Kareem. Pierce Strong. I'm wondering if they decide to bring him back. I'm not sure. I don't think unless we have him on a contract. I'm not sure. But looking at the current running back room, I guess who do you think is going to be our starting running back while we're waiting for Chubb to come back? I think are they going to probably be leaning more so towards Naheem Hines, or are they going to like try to? I honestly don't know like what's going on.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, we're going to have, I think Hines and Ford are going to split the reps when we want to throw it, and then we're going to put Foreman in there anytime we just want to get up the middle and just get the yards, I think. But that's going to be tough because when Chubb comes back, Hines is going to be strictly a return specialist, I think, for us. I don't think he's going to see.
But they just re-signed Prochet, and they said that he was going to be returning. That's a weird thing to me. I don't know why I understand he's probably a camp body, but I mean, why even bring Hines here if you're just going to re-sign Prochet? Because he didn't catch a pass last year. He didn't catch a pass, so you're not bringing him back to be a wide receiver.
Yeah. No, it's
a
weird
situation. I do have a question for both of you with this. Do you think the Browns draft a running back late in the draft as like a developmental guy?
Dude, I think they draft that dude, that tank from Notre Dame.
Because you got to think about it. Chubb is coming off a serious injury. Running backs don't last forever in the NFL. Even the great ones don't last very long. Maybe you get a guy that can learn from Chubb. Again, this may be this year, next year, but the Browns are going to have to draft a running back. You can't just like keep building through free agency with running backs. You need a guy that you can develop and control contract wise. And we've seen the last how many years, how many 5th, 6th round running backs are just like studs.
No, that's
like
true.
Was it Isaiah Pacheco from the Chiefs? He's like a 5th, 6th round pick, something like that.
Yeah,
he's now won 2 Super Bowls, and like they're like, see you later, Clyde Edward-Helaire. You're like a bum now, and like let's bring in this 6th round guy, and maybe it's a system thing. I don't know, but the dude's pretty freaking good. And it's weird because like running backs, you can just get so late in the draft now, and the value is incredible if you can get him as a starter for like 5-6 years, get the wear and tear, go get a new guy, and just keep rotating. Again, if you get a generational guy like Nick Chubb, you hold on to him. But most running backs, you see them, they bounce around at the end of their careers. Like Frank Gore, who's like, I'm going to play 18 seasons, which is just something unheard of in NFL history.
You know who I want? I want this man right here.
If you pull up the picture, okay, I thought you were gonna pull up the picture of the guy from Michigan. I was like, no,
neither of them. Blake Corum and I don't know if Donnie Bennett. I think Blake Corum is the only one that's committing of those two.
See, I want their center.
I want him real bad. I think he has real good games. I mean, recent games. Obviously, his 2023 season was pretty good. I think. I mean, if you take a look at this dude, look how. I mean, this dude's a monster. I mean, like this dude is a big dude. So I think if we end up with him, I would not be upset if that's your developmental piece and he's going to be the one sitting behind Chubb. I think we're in good hands with a running back. Again, talked about it last week. We are in the market for a tight end through the draft as well. So I think we need to find that priority, see what we really need, see what Chubb looks like. I think it'll all be based off of how he progresses through his rehab. I think that's a huge, huge point in what and where we draft and what we draft and how we draft is based off of how Chubb looks. If he's looking like it's going to be kind of slow, I think you go draft a running back. Obviously you have a lot of them on your roster at this point. Let's just be real. You've got a lot of running backs on this roster. You're gonna have to trim it down. But even if you don't, I mean, Jerome Ford's not going to cut it. We saw it last year. He is not a starting running back, and he has sat behind Chubb for a year. He had his moments. He had his moments. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but he's not your guy. So I think you have to go draft that again. And if he is available, Audric Esteen, if he is available, I think you take him. I think you don't want to pass that up because that dude, I think he's going to be a good running back. We'll see. I mean, running backs are dime a dozen in this league. Behind any offensive line, if you're behind a good offensive line, you're going to be a good running back. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, you can't teach vision, but see what happens.
Yeah, I think no matter what, the Browns have to have a healthy Chubb, healthy Watson, or else they're dead in the water from the jump. I mean, you like, and that's not me being nasty and mean. Like that's just a fact. Like those are your two catalysts for your whole team because you know Myles Garrett's going to be. You ain't got to worry about him. He's a monster. But it's the other two guys. They're coming off 2 serious injuries. If they're not healthy, it could be a long season again. I'm hoping they're not because I would love to see the Browns make a deep run in the playoffs. Like that'd be freaking awesome. Like, yeah, I'm a Panthers fan, but I grew up with the Browns my entire life. So like the Browns get to a Super Bowl, that would be incredible because I will be downtown partying with all of you, regardless. I will put on my Brown shirt, I will blend in, and you'll never know.
Never know that
You'll never know
the owner of
we'll party like when the Cavs won the championship, except it'll be probably 10 times that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We'll have to call the National Guard to stop that party.
Yeah. And they'll come down and party with us.
We'll all meet at Kevin's house.
Hey, whoa. All right. Let's put the
that'll be our
brakes.
safe house.
No, dude, it'll be fun down here for sure. All right, Paul.
What?
You've been waiting. There is steam coming out of your ears. You have been waiting for weeks to get these things off of your chest. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the world, this rendition of Paul's Pounding Corner is about to start. Buckle in, strap in. Paul's pissed.
Oh, I mean, this is a joint operation. This is not just me going solo here. But no, the Guardians. The Guardians are one of the most frustrating teams.
Yep.
They are worth, right now, I looked it up today, they are worth $1.3 billion. Okay, as of right now. And I looked up the campaign of one of the Dolans. I don't know if it's one of the sons or the uncles or whatever, who's running for like Senate or something. He had to take a loan out from a bank to run his campaign. And then, like, because the Guardians refused to give him money. But I'm like, so you won't invest there. You won't invest in the team. What are you spending your money on?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, so I got some stats we're going to break down real quick. All right. So payroll for last year, we are $94 million in payroll, which was third lowest in the MLB. In 2003, $89 million, which was fifth lowest in the MLB. In 2022, we were $69 million, fourth lowest. In 2021, $51 million for our total payroll, dead last in the MLB.
$51 million.
Oh, it gets better. 2020, it was $36 million, and that was the seventh lowest. Thank you, Pirates in Detroit. And it's just like in these seasons, we were competitive for the most part. So I even had 2023. We finished third. In 2023 was a disaster. We'll call it last year was a disaster. Third in our division, 11th in the AL. 2022, we won our division, finished third in the AL. That was the season everyone's like, how are we being this good? Because Steve Kwan's incredible. 2021, 9th in the AL, second in our division. 2020, 4th in the AL, second in the AL Central. We're competitive pretty much every year for the last 4 or 5 years. But we don't ever do anything because we never spend any money to go get power. Like, here's more examples of our power we don't have. In 2020, we had 59 home runs. That was 27th in the MLB out of 30 teams. In 2021, we had 203. That was 12th. So we had a good year that year. That was one of our fun years. 2022, 127 home runs. We were 29th in MLB. Last year, we had 124, was dead last. This team hasn't had power hitters. I swear to God, it feels like since like the 90s. Like we just don't develop that powers. We develop. How many Cy Young winners have we had in the last 10, 12 years?
Oh, we're a pitching farm.
Yeah, for other teams.
Yeah.
Because God forbid we keep a guy. I mean, how many guys we traded away? We traded away CC and then Cliff Lee in back-to-back seasons, back-to-back Cy Young or something like that, if I remember correctly. Kluber, and you got Bieber, because they're trading him. He's gone.
Bieber's gone. Bieber will be
I can't
Dunzo.
I can't wait till Bieber's wearing a Yankees uniform and we get like 3 prospects to be named later and like $200,000. And then we're like, thanks, we're the Yankees farm system once again. You're like, trade them to the Pirates. They suck. Let them go down there and rock. Don't trade them to the Yankees. Boston, who knows? Maybe he'll end up in LA because LA spent $1.2 billion in one day in MLB free agency. They spent almost as much as our entire net worth in one day in free agency. How sickening is that?
That brings
up. They signed more guys. It's disgusting. MLB needs a salary cap. I'm very old school about this. I know the big markets don't want that because it's less money for them coming in. Because the Yankees, the Bostons, Chicago's, the LAs, those teams can all buy whatever player they want. They literally will let a team like us, the Blue Jays, the Pirates, the White Sox, whatever, develop these guys. They're like, oh, we'll just trade for them. We'll just sign them in the offseason. We'll give them all this money. And they'll come to us, and we never really, because they all suck at drafting. You look at the drafts, like, we are awesome at drafting. And, like, we have 4 guys in the top 100 right now. One guy, he's 31st, Chase DeLauder. He's an outfielder. What do we need right now, guys? A power-hitting outfielder?
We need a center fielder.
Okay, you want to hear? Okay, listen to how big this dude is. 6'4", 235.
That's Chase?
Yes.
Damn.
He's a beast. He's a beast. Then you got 59. You have Kyle Manzardo. They just sent him down. He's not on the spring roster anymore. He has like 7 home runs in spring training or something like that.
See, that right there pisses me off. That tells me that you are not serious about winning if you're sending him down.
Yeah, and guess what position he plays that we also have a need at? Take a guess on the infield. What position do we need?
Chase plays first.
And he's 6', 205. Okay.
I'd rather have him at first and have Josh Naylor play DH.
Yeah. Like, and you have, like I said, you have Brian Roche and Daniel Esposito. He's already done for the year. He's having Tommy John, I think. So I think he's done for you already. He's one of the top pitching prospects in MLB.
It's Rocio,
excuse me. And he's 5'10", 170, but he's an infielder. I don't need a massive shortstop / second baseman.
No.
Like you said, the first 2 guys, like those are positions of need. Outfield, power. First base, power. These are big dudes. First, it's like, don't get me wrong, I love Steve Kwan, but seeing Miles Straw, he's a great outfielder. He cannot hit.
No, he can't hit. He had a 2-year-long home run drought. You kidding me?
Like, it's so frustrating to see all these teams just power. And it's like the MLB is all about power hitting right now. That's just what it is. It's power hitting and pitching. Guess what? We have great pitching. You want to hear our rankings for the last 4 years? We're pretty good.
No, because I know that we're good. It's
here. Hold on. Just let me finish my rant.
Last
year we started the season ranked 11th. Okay, and then 2022, 2021, 2020 we were 8th. That's pretty good out of 30 teams. And again, that's the start of the season before injuries and all that.
Yeah,
you have all these great pitchers, but you have nobody that can hit for power. You won't spend the money. I don't care. Go get a power hitter. What we do this offseason, we signed Austin Hedges back for $1.3 million or whatever. Ooh, that's exciting. cool. We have a frat bro in the catcher's room. Like,
Hey,
whatever. Like, no offense to any frat people. I'm not saying that, but it's like when we had Mike Napoli. He was like a bro, like, or Nick Swisher. He's like, yo, bro. He's a bro. Like,
Hedges has hit 2 home runs and
it's just like, I literally looked up these stats for like an hour and a half. I was like, this is the most frustrating thing. I'm like, this team has the potential to be so good. We have our little window. We're like the Marlins.
Yeah.
We get really good. We don't win. We trade everyone away. We start over. We get really good. We don't win. We trade. That's what the Marlins have been doing this for years, except they got a World Series in 1997 when they beat us. And guess what happened a couple years later? They got rid of everyone because they didn't win anything again.
I mean,
Miguel Cabrera was on that team as a rookie at like 20.
I feel like this year might be different. I don't know.
No, we're gonna be so bad this year, dude.
I don't know, man. I understand it's because we have a new manager, and that's not generally a good idea to have a really young manager with a really young team, but it just feels different. I feel it in the air.
Yeah, you're feeling the smell of stink. We're going to be bad this year, dude.
Hey, I don't live in Cleveland anymore. I can't smell the teams anymore. I'm just the vibes.
You will. It'll waft your way across the lake.
I say you're not that far.
Yeah, where you live is not that far. You live one street from where I used to live. You ain't that far. You're like 8 minutes from downtown.
It's actually
like, I'm gonna come to the screen and smack you.
What?
I'm waiting for you to go. It's actually like 12.
Because that's actually what I was about to do. So it's so funny.
But I'm glad they're updating the stadium. I think that's really cool. I mean, I've been down there a couple times to check it out. Like, the seats are all blue, but the home run porch is gone, which I like. But I'm like, they're basically just adding a bunch of bars. I'm not mad. I drink when I go to the baseball games, whatever. But I'm like, I would also like to be able to drink and see like a team win games.
Hey, but that just means if they're not winning, then it turns into a party.
Not really, because no one's there.
That's true.
And the weather is crappy till the middle of May anyways.
That's true.
I mean, the home opener is April 8th. It's probably like 35 degrees outside. That is miserable to go sit in for a baseball game.
I'm going.
Yeah. You have
solar eclipse?
Huh?
Solar eclipse day.
Yeah, I'll be at work. I'm not calling off for a solar eclipse.
Yeah. Jim, I'm going to be calling off that day.
But it's just, again, it's cool to see that they're like building the stadium, making it more modern and everything. But it's like, this team, I don't know if it's maybe I'm just like worried because like you have Tito, who is arguably one of the greatest managers in baseball history, like wins wise. And we got so close twice with him. It's just, I see us training Bieber, which means we basically have one stud left that we're like sure is like McKenzie's a stud. When you have Gavin Williams, he's hurt right now. Espinino, he's supposed to be like the next Bieber. I think he's injured already. I think there's Tanner Bybee. I'm pretty sure he's injured already also. You have all these guys injured. The season hasn't even freaking started yet. Like, what are we doing?
I know.
It's
Gavin.
Like the Cavs have
Bybee just pitched today.
Indians. You what?
I think Bybee actually just pitched yesterday.
Did he? Because like on the radio, they said he was hurt. So maybe I'm hoping I'm wrong. Because on the radio a couple weeks ago, they said he was injured for whatever reason. But maybe they're
Logan Allen is pitching right now. MLB. Excuse me. Yeah, Tanner Bybee pitched yesterday. 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs.
Yeah, because I know a couple weeks ago he was like injured. I didn't know how serious it was. I kind of heard it on the 2020 updates on 92.3. So
with Jonathan Peterlin.
Kevin, no one can hear you.
What?
Kevin, you're glitching again. You're glitching again really bad.
Oh, Kevin.
How about now?
Uh-oh. Jacob, you're glitching now.
Dude, I think we'll be good on my end because it records on my screen, so I think we should be chilling. Dude, this is crazy. We got to get in person soon, man. We got to get in person soon.
But yeah, like I said, I would love the Guardians to surprise me and make a great run with the young guys, but it's just we just don't have any power. And the MLB is all about power hitting right now. It just is.
Yeah. Yeah, we're the only team that isn't hitting home runs.
And we don't have a big stadium. Like we're like almost like Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a launching pad for home runs.
I mean, capacity, we're the smallest, so
I'm talking like just like the size of the stadium itself.
Yeah.
Like we don't have deep fences like other stadiums do.
No.
Like Cincinnati's a launching pad. I would consider us darn near a launching pad for home runs. Like
Yeah.
Colorado, because the air's so thin, the ball just flies out of there too. But they're also not that great. But
Hey,
I don't
they
know. I would
do
like
make
to, I would love to see a 6'4", 235-pound monster walk up to the plate and crank one 450 feet. Like that'd be awesome. And then all of a sudden he's playing outfield and throwing a guy out home plate from the warning track. We haven't had that in years. It feels like.
Miles Straw did that a lot last year.
I'm talking power and defense. Miles Straw is a great defender. He can't hit.
Yeah, Miles
He
Straw
also
won it.
tried to fight the entire Yankee Stadium last year.
Yeah.
It was also pretty freaking awesome.
To be granted, I probably would try to do that too. I can't stand the Yankees or
No,
their
I can't
fans.
either. I can't either.
Miles Straw won a Gold Glove, but Miles Straw won the Gold Glove for his defense. So
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully I don't know. Hopefully Paul is 100% wrong. And
I hope I am. I would love for them to do good because I love going to the Indians game. And like, I feel like every time I go, they lose.
well, don't go.
When you get free tickets, you go, dude.
Absolutely. I guess we'll finish this off here. Do you think either of our prospects are going to be on our opening day roster, opening day lineup?
The two that I named?
Yeah.
I'm saying no, but I think they'll be called up because I think right now they're worried about service time and contracts. But if you're actually serious about winning, I mean, what are
They're on your opening day roster.
Yeah. I
They're on
don't
your
think they are
roster
because,
in your
like I said, I
lineup.
think Kyle I heard Kyle just got sent down.
Yep.
But I think if we start slow at first base with Nail or whoever else might be out there, I think you might see him come up in a DH aspect just to see what he can do at the plate. Because like I said, I would love to see two big dudes out there running around versus I love our roster, but it's like we got a bunch of small little dudes running around.
If you're playing Manzardo at first and you're making Josh Naylor your DH.
Yeah. Which I
That's
think
what I think needs to be done.
I think might be best. But again, I think they're worried about service time and contracts and because God forbid we spend a little extra money on a contract.
God forbid.
Because the Dodgers only spent $1.2 million in 16 hours.
In a league with in a lead with no salary cap.
Yeah.
We give ourselves a salary cap every year.
Just think about it, dude. The Dodgers signed the best player in MLB to one of the biggest contracts, and then went over to Japan and got the best player in Japan and brought him over.
And then they won a World Series.
And then I think they signed someone else also, who was like a stud from a different country. It's like,
what's going on with this translator though?
Yeah, that's wild. The translator was betting. That is so wild.
That's crazy.
But here's the thing that frustrates me about the whole thing. The Dodgers spend all this money and they don't win. Same with the Yankees. The Yankees haven't really done much the last how many years? Like those teams spend, but they don't win. It's like we develop all these players. We spend just a little bit more. It's like Moneyball. Just give me a little bit more to get you there. The Billy Bean speech. Just give me a little bit more. We have the pitching. Like we know that. We've had the pitching for years. It's just we need that power hitters. Multiple.
Yeah, we have the pitching to get it done. We just need the hitting. If we somehow just start hitting, this team will be dangerous because I have said multiple times, I think we have some of the best we have had some of the best starting pitching, and this year I think we have some of the best starting pitching. I mean, look at the rotation that we've got. So like I think you start hitting, we're gonna win some games.
I hope so, man. I don't have any faith, but I hope I am dead freaking wrong.
No, I'm just looking forward to the Dippin' Dots, honestly.
Oh, your $9 cup of Dippin' Dots.
Hey, they give me all the flavors.
Oh, okay. Just go to the store and buy a bucket of it for $3.
No, because then I'll eat it here, and then it's not the same.
It is the same. Just cook a hot dog.
No, it's not the same.
The smell from the stadium.
That's literally stink. I'm literally about to go cook up a hot dog after this.
There you go. See, Kevin, we can hook this up. We can call Slider, have him make an appearance at your house. We can get the hot dogs, have a hot dog race down your street.
Okay, now if that happens, that would have to be on the What's Up 216 live stream.
which would be honestly, think about it. If you got Slider on there, he'd just be like the whole time. Real quick, I got to meet Slider one time when I was in like 5th, 6th grade.
Yeah.
And then that night at the Indians game, he slipped and fell off the top of the left field wall and broke his leg. Like it was like right in front of like the bullpen. I can't remember if it's right or left field yet, but right there, right in front of the bullpen, he was like up there dancing, like celebrating. He slipped and fell. Whoever it was slipped and fell and like broke their leg.
I don't know if you guys have seen this ball. I don't know if I've showed you this ball, but we'll close with this. I've got a ball, mustard. This is the Lake County Captains mascot.
I don't know what that is. Okay.
Onion. I need ketchup, and then I'm chilling.
Isn't there a relish too?
Oh, what the fuck?
I thought there was a relish. Excuse me, dude. I need to insult your autograph to baseball.
Ketchup, mustard, and onion, boy. Yeah, no, though there's a picture I have. We'll tweet it out on the page, and I guarantee if we tweet this picture out and tag Lake County Captains, they'll reply. Book it. But it's a picture of me with the Lake County Captains mascot. It's a bird. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, final prediction, and then we'll close the show. Who is winning the most hot dog derbies this year?
Ketchup.
I'm a mustard guy. I think mustard's going to take it.
Ketchup has the wheels, dude.
Mustard's getting that belt back.
Ketchup smooth like that.
No way am I about to go in on this with just mustard. You know
what,
what,
Kevin? We'll do something. We'll get some T-shirts made of the podcast. Then we'll all go to the game together, and then we'll place a bet on the hot dog race at the game.
Yes,
a gentleman's wager of like $5 or whatever.
Gentleman's wager. I will. Yeah,
and then whoever wins can afford to buy one beer with $15.
Yeah.
No, we'll have to go on a dollar dog night, and then we'll just buy a bunch of hot dogs.
I mean, you can do that, but that would jack my stomach up so horribly. I'll get a pretzel.
You got to slam those things down, baby. No, you know what we're going to do? The show before the home opener, we are just going to dive in and talk about food. No sports, just talking about the food at the ballpark.
Stadium food?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll talk about all the stadiums' food, but it's just going to be food.
Are you talking like just for the Guardians or just like all of MLB?
All of them. All of the entirety of the MLB. We're going to talk about some food options.
I'm do some research for that one. I know we
it's going to be a definite got to do your research on it, but we're gonna rank the ballpark foods and see where we're at just based off of looks, because I've only been to one ballpark, but I do plan on going to some ballparks this year, so we'll see what happens. So if the Guardians are winning, I'm going to ballparks.
So I know the Reds. You can order a pizza from outside the stadium and have it delivered to your seat, which is pretty sweet.
Oh, dude, that's already
a pizza shop like down the road. They literally let the guy in the stadium. They bring it to your seat.
What the fuck?
I mean, again, this was like 8-9 years ago when I did this. I don't know if they still do it, but they did it a while ago. And I thought the concept was pretty freaking sweet.
No, that is cool.
And that was
we have a Dante's Inferno in our stadium, though.
Yeah. And that was the night I got my Jimmy Rollins foul ball. A little more valuable than your mustard ball, but
what the fuck? This ball
has Jimmy Rollins foul ball. You got a Hall of Famer baseball.
I have a Stephen Kwan ball too. That one.
Ooh, okay, see, take a picture with that. See if you can get him on here. Tweet at him.
Get Stephen Kwan on the podcast,
dude. Shoot for the moon, dude.
You're crazy. I would love that.
People call Elon Musk.
You know what's funny? I sat when I got the Stephen Kwan ball. His girlfriend was sitting behind me that game. I had no idea. And then when she left because it was just kind of getting shitty, I was like, all right, now I got to do some research. Pulled out my phone, went to Stephen Kwan's followers, and I was like, hey, that was her. And she's actually
how would you know to look her up?
Because
she like checked out and Steve Kwan stuff.
She had a Kwan jersey on, and she was talking about Kwan
a lot,
a little different than like you and I would talk about him. She was not referring to him like as Kwan. It was more she was referring to him as Steve
or Steven.
or Steven. And I was like, all right,
That's weird. Yeah.
that's a little off. So I was like, I have to look into this. I was like, oh, well, that would explain it. They are.
I do love some Steve Kwan though. I think I just get him to hit a little more consistently because he's an incredible outfielder.
Hey, he had himself a salami on Friday.
It's spring training, dude. Don't get excited.
He had a salami. He's swinging with intent. It's spring training, but he is swinging with intent this year.
I will say our manager did say he's trying to teach the guys to start swinging with more power versus contact. He wants to try and develop some power, which I'm like, okay, that could be good, but that could also mean our guys are swinging on a lot of crap in the dirt, and we're just like, cool.
Yeah, that also means that you're going to have batting averages from 300 all the way down to 14.
Okay, don't talk about Austin Hedges like that. He calls a great game, though.
He did. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in this week. Appreciate it. Appreciate Paul for coming on.
Absolutely.
We've been trying to get him on for a little bit, talk some Guardians. Obviously, this
I got
show,
it off my chest. I feel better.
Absolutely. You lost a lot of weight coming here and talking some baseball. Wanted to have him on before the season kicks off on Thursday, right? I think it kicks off on either Thursday or Wednesday.
I think it's sometime this week.
But yeah, opening day is approaching us quickly, and the home opener will be there, shortly after. So this is going to be pretty heavy basketball, pretty heavy baseball. Let's hope, boys. We've got our game tonight, so we'll see what happens. And then we'll be doing some What's Up 216 live streams for baseball games and probably playoffs as well. Those won't be as fun because that'll be in my apartment, but the baseball games will be there. So
and Kevin will be having a dollar hot dog eating contest by himself at his house while doing the live broadcast.
Oh no, you're right for sure. We'll be doing
a hot dog per half inning.
Oh my God. That's a lot of dogs. I could throw down though. I could throw some dogs down.
I say you top out like 8.
8 hot dogs? Bullshit. I could eat.
And then I feel like it's firing out of one end of the other.
I could easily eat 10 hot dogs.
10?
Easy.
Is that including the bun and toppings?
Yes.
Okay, Joey Chestnut.
I can easily eat, and I really, honestly, dude, I raw dog my hot dogs. I don't have time to put condiments on it. It's going down the gullet.
You just eat your hot dogs plain? Are you a serial killer?
I eat my hot dogs plain. You heard it here first, folks, on the What's Up 216 podcast.
Oh my God,
the host eats his hot dogs plain.
Jacob, that sounds like some creepy, weird stuff. I've never heard anybody that eats hot dogs plain.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Oh, I eat my dog plain.
On your hot dog. They will fight you.
Hey, don't come at my hot dog eating.
All right, so it's the thing then. We're gonna watch Kevin eat 10 hot dogs in one sitting on a live stream of the Guardians game this summer.
Okay, bet. No, you know what? Book it.
Let's set it up. I will come over and watch that.
Book it, dude. No, I'm saying first dollar dog night. I'm gonna eat 10 hot dogs
at the stadium or at your house.
At the stadium. I'm eating 10 hot dogs at the stadium before the 7th inning stretch.
What
about before? Damn.
Bro, stop. That's like 2.5 hot dogs an inning or something like that.
10 hot dogs before the 7th inning stretch. Yeah, and then another 10 after. No, I'm kidding. But no, 10 before the 7th inning stretch. I've got that shit on lock. My body's a temple, nothing but the best.
10 hot dogs before the 7th inning. You know how quick that could go with the pitch clock if it's a low hitting game.
Oh, I know what I'm signing myself
up for.
Like
an hour and a half into the game and you're at the 7th inning stretch.
10
hot dogs in an hour and a half. 10. If you said like 5, I'd be like, all right, cool.
I can do 10.
Jake, he's saying 10.
Book it.
Dude, that's making my stomach hurt.
Stadium, we're not taking care of you.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like I got this on lock. I could throw down some food, bro.
If you get 10, I feel like you should try and get one of the hot dogs on your show.
They wouldn't talk.
That would be the best part. You can get your last autograph though.
That's true. I need ketchup on the show.
That's one.
Ketchup on the show. For sure.
The
All right,
future
guys.
winner
Thanks
of
for
the belt.
listening. Appreciate it. We will be back next week with more Guardians recap because the season will have kicked off by then. Obviously, Guardians Cavs down the stretch here, and then we've got draft coming up. So we've got a lot of things to look forward to. Stay on the boat, stay on the ride here. We'll be taking off. We'll be having some good shows. So keep listening, keep sharing with your friends, and obviously go check out the YouTube. You guys have been showing that some love as well. And it's honestly kind of funny because Paul has been on the YouTube more than Jacob's been on the YouTube. I was just looking at thumbnails here. And honestly, at this point, I think you're just an honorary member of the What's Up 216 podcast.
Also, I mean, Kevin, I do have a little something for your show in the works. Don't forget.
Let's save it. No
Yeah, I'm not gonna
spoilers.
say what it is. I got a little something in the works.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
With that being said, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Follow all the social medias. They'll be in the description below. And as always, we will see you next week. Jake, you have anything to add?
You nailed it, dude.
Paul, do you have anything to add?
Like and subscribe down below, people. Give it that thumbs up.
Give us
Helps
that
the
thumbs
show.
up. Give us that 5-star rating. Subscribe. And make sure you follow Paul's OnlyFans. We will see you next week. Peace out.